Hi there, Richard Matheru here, and in today's video I want to talk to you about getting exposure on whatever it is that you're trying to build to get success right now. Whether you're building a personal brand, a particular affiliate product, or your network marketing company, all of those things can be the best in the world, but if you've not got eyes on them, if you've not got people viewing your company presentation or seeing your brand or clicking on your links, you're never going to make a sale, you're never going to help change people's lives, and you're going to make no impact. So let's talk about 4 key easy ways that today you can go out, get some exposure in whatever you're building so you can get faster results and a higher level of success. So the number one thing that I use thing too much. The number one thing that I want to talk about, a way to get exposure, is getting noticed by a leader. So how do you do that? Well, if you're on somebody's team, particularly someone who has a lot of influence in this industry, if you can get attention, if you can get noticed by them, you're going to find it easier to get exposure on things like their Facebook page, on their offers that they do. Sometimes when they do products, if you buy their products, they'll feature on the sales page. That's a great one. A lot of people have got success from. But basically, if you're working closely with somebody, or even if you're not, if you're just on their team, if you can send them positive messages, if you can go out there and just be a nice person, offer value to that leader, be different to everybody else which is asking to take from them. Can you do something for them, whether you have a skill outside of your company, offer your help, without asking for financial reward, you're going to stand out. Then when it comes to buying their products, which I would hope you would do if you're in their team, you can then get noticed. People think, oh, I remember that person, that's that great guy or great girl who offered some help, and oh, I see they bought my product. You'll find that most leaders want to edify their own team. Absolutely want to do that because of the way the compensation plans work. If you get success, they get success. So we're actually looking for an excuse to help you go out there and get exposure. So be nice to your leader, get noticed by them. You're going to find that's a lot easier to do and will catapult you up the ranks. If you're on a sales page with your name and maybe even your website link to someone on a sales page that's getting thousands of clicks every month, it's only going to benefit your brand, isn't it? And whatever it is that you're doing. People are going to Google you left, right and centre. The second point that I want to make, the second method to get an exposure, is an affiliate competition. This is something that I used very successfully. I ranked second in my first ever affiliate competition. Now, what you can do is you can find products that aren't actually, we see these major product launches, don't we? Month after month, almost week after week or day after day at the moment. Perhaps you don't stand a chance with these big ones. Ones that are done through massive companies, massive leaders are on board. Realistically, you're never going to get to the top of those leaderboards going against those tried and tested methods where everybody and their uncle is promoting it, as a beginner especially. What about the smaller affiliate competitions though? This is what I looked for. It was a great product. I would always buy the product first, make sure you believe in it, but then you might find that there's only other people like you who are promoting it. Not saying that in a detrimental way, but what I'm saying is if you're a beginner, if you haven't hit massive momentum or success or a brand yet, you want to compete on a level playing field, a fair playing field. So you find a product where other people on a level of skill to you are playing, you've got a better chance of success. And again, guess what happens if that's a leader's product or you rank? You've then got a leaderboard, a snapshot. If you're in the top 5, top 10, top 20 even, nobody else knows who promoted that or who didn't. You can then leverage that. Look at me, 3 months later or 6 months later after starting, I've hit the top 5 in this company leaderboard. People will take note of that, and it's great to stick on your About Me page, or it's a significant level of exposure compared to talking about yourself, because it's something external to you, and affiliate sales are highly respected in our industry. That's something you can look at and point to and say, well, I've done this. People go, wow. Let's take a little bit closer look at this person. That's point number 2. Third point that I want to give you, the third way to get help, is something for you guys that are building locally. And that is look at what you can give back in terms of charity. There's nothing like putting your name to a worthwhile charity locally to get you the right kind of exposure. A big barrier in our business is people don't feel it's legitimate, do they? They're inexperienced, they're uneducated, or it's a scam, get rich quick, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you're there giving money to a legitimate cause and they're accepting it from you, or you're at least doing something to promote their cause, without asking for anything in return, that will get you a great level of exposure. You'll find if you go to local magazines, if you go to local papers, do the numbers, hit 10 or 20 of them, you'll find 1 or 2 bite. 1 or 2 do say, well, that's a great cause. You're not asking for anything in return. We'll feature you in our magazine, and that's another great way to get exposure. By the way, what most will say is, what is the next thing coming up for you? You can say, well, I've got a meeting on this day, or I've got a video that I like people to check out, or whatever. You can usually slip that in. You scratch their back, they scratch yours, everybody wins in the end. Charity gets some exposure, so does your brand. It's a great fit, I feel. And you can partner with that charity long term too, have a great relationship. The final point that I want to make is perhaps the hardest one, but it's the biggest one you can get, and that is results. If right now, if you've got to be honest with yourself and you're not giving everything that you can to your company, I know it's relative, the time and the ability that you have and the budget that you have, then, you're going to find it's a tough road to making any of these work. To get an affiliate sale can be easy to get up to a leaderboard on a small offer, but you still got to go out there and connect with people and talk to people. If you want to get noticed by a leader, you've still got to go out there and, again, connect with people and offer something. You've got to take action. With the charity, you've got to be willing to do the legwork and speak to those publishers. But if you can do that, and if you can do one better than that and go and build a team of your own, even a handful of people, that's a significant result above and beyond what most people get in this industry, and that you can leverage massively. It's one way that I see a lot of people building a strong foundation and a strong team, is to say, well, look, I got 3 people in my team in my first week, just by going out there and prospecting properly and daring to tell anybody that would listen. Now, do you think how to get your first 3 sign-ups in your very first week in network marketing would be a blog article or a post or information that some people would want to take a look at? Yes, it would. And probably from that exposure to that first 3 sign-up article, you're probably going to get a couple more and a couple more and a couple more, and that's how it grows. So just knuckle down, roll your sleeves up, get some kind of result you can leverage with some hard work and blood, sweat and tears. Even get with your upline to formulate a plan how you can do that, and then you can go and leverage that. It makes a massive difference. And in fact, it's something I do with my team, and it works really well, is say, right, in our particular compensation plan, you get 6 sales in a month, you get a profit in your first month, and you can just, it really takes off from there, the leverage of that. So that's all I focus on. Let's put a plan together. Let's get you 6 people in your business in the first month. And then we'll get 6 for those 6. And guess what? That moves you up and up and up in your earnings and your rankings. Look at your compensation plan. Look at what you've got to do to get some kind of reward or an incentive that's coming up. And then leverage that result to get big positive exposure on whatever it is that you're doing. So you've got 4 very different ways that you can approach this. So it's something for everybody. Pick one. Go hard at it. Get that result, whatever it is that you choose to do. Get some exposure by leverage that result on social media or on content in your local area, however you choose to do that, and then see how that snowballs as you leverage the more and more improved results. So go create a day that counts. I hope this training's helped you as always, and I'm going to see you on the next video.